Welcome to the Learning has Changed list, the web series where I get to tackle all the things that I would like to learn how to change in education, the community of reflective practice vloggers, in order to create an engine for authentic learning. I hit a milestone today, and while on its own it isn't that big of a deal, it did provide me with a little bit of time to reflect. I now have 3,000 followers on Twitter, and again, that number isn't the point, but it did allow me to see what was happening when I had 2,000 followers. And oddly enough, it was in August of 2011, and on the very day that I got the 2,000th follower was the day that I decided to announce that I was switching jobs to the learning experience designer, which was now my previous position. And so on the day after that I said that I was going to take the director of blended learning position, I now have 3,000 followers, and this confluence of events is very strange. These two events, separated by over a year and a half, that they would coincide, that I would be able to move into a new position and start a new opportunity just as I am reaching that next milestone of the 1,000th follower. And I don't know exactly what it means, but I think there's something about it that means that I'm ready. It means that I'm ready for something new, ready to take on new challenges, ready to talk with those extra 1,000 people that I have cultivated and worked with over the last year and a half, or however long it took me to get to this point. That community is now ready and ripe and going to be a part of this next journey that I am on. And I think that there's something special about that. Now, I don't want to move positions every single 1,000 followers that I get, but I do think that it is important to pay attention to these milestones. And I think there is something about having a large enough community to sustain you that says that you are ready for new challenges, that you are ready to take on new opportunities. And so when I'm looking at this and thinking through all of the 3,000 people that now follow me, I'm sure more than half of which are not real and they forgot about me and they no longer check Twitter or something like that. But there is enough people that are real and that are a part of this community that want to see me do well, and they want to interact and they want to have conversations, that it means something. The number itself doesn't mean anything. The community means something. And so I think the thing that I would like to learn how to change isn't so much that we need to be measuring numbers better, or that we need to be taking a look at sort of the grandness of 3,000 followers or however many followers you have. It is much more about how do we celebrate a milestone of community? How do you celebrate the idea that there are more people now in the world that are paying attention to you than have ever in your previous existence? How do you celebrate the fact that you have had engaging conversations about a variety of topics every day since the last 1,000 followers milestone to today? How do you celebrate the ways in which we are interacting that produces more, that produces stronger connection, that produces tighter-knit communities? How do you celebrate that fact? And I'm literally asking you, how are you celebrating that? How would you celebrate the 3,000th follower, the 2,000th follower, the 100th follower? How do you celebrate those things and have it be authentic and not be about the number? I think that we struggle with that. I think that we start talking about the number and then we can't stop talking about the number. I think that it becomes more about getting those extra people to follow us rather than actually worrying about who those people are and what they're interested in and how we can help them and become a better part of a community. So that's what I want to think through. How are you celebrating milestones without making them be about the number of that milestone, or making it about the metrics of how many people watched a thing or were a part of something? How do you authentically celebrate? So if you have an answer to that question, leave it in the comments below, subscribe on YouTube, or join us on the Google Plus community for reflective practice vlogging. Thank you so much for watching.